Yo, what's going on, man? It's your boy, Yo Kimmy, Game Low Key. However, you want to call me Big Chicken. What's going on?
What's going on, bro?
We lit, Big Chicken.
We lit, bro.
We got a lot to talk about. So, with that
Let's
being
get
said, we're going to have Kozai in the building with us. We might have Mouse. We don't know.
shout out
Might
to them
just pop out
boys.
whenever, man.
Shout out them boys. Shout out them boys.
Shout out to them boys. So, with that being said, let's go straight to it, Chicken. We have a 340-pound woman. She
Hmm.
accused of killing her son. So with that being said, let's check out why she did that.
Yes.
This didn't have to happen. Right? This did not have to happen. He didn't have to die. He just wasn't being monitored by someone that actually cared about him.
An Indiana foster mother gets locked up as she now faces charges in connection to the death of her foster child. 48-year-old Jennifer Lee Wilson is charged with reckless homicide for the death of her foster son, Dakota Stevens. The case unfolded in April of this year when young Dakota was rushed to the hospital. Wilson reportedly told investigators the 10-year-old ran away earlier that day, and she brought the boy home after finding him at a neighbor's home. After they returned to Wilson's home, Dakota reportedly was acting up and threw himself on the ground. According to the Indy Star, Dakota was placed in Wilson's care just a month prior.
You know, I want to be on that same benefit of the doubt. You know, the fact that the two didn't really know each other. But my problem is that she's supposed to be a foster parent. She's supposed to have been vetted to conduct herself appropriately and to understand the traumas that children like this, not just the person in her home at that time, but all of the children that are in the foster system are dealing with a lot more than a typical child would be. So the expectation should have been that she would have known how to manage this child, no matter what the child was doing, no matter what the behaviors were. She should have been vetted already to know what to do in cases like this.
While the young boy was on the ground, Wilson told police she lied on the boy's body to keep him under control while she called his caseworker.
300-pound
That
bitch.
act would have devastating consequences. While Wilson sat on his less than 95-pound body, Dakota screamed and then stopped moving. Wilson reportedly told police she thought Dakota was faking, but when she rolled him over, his eyelids were pale.
It's almost unbelievable. I mean, once you start looking at, how all of this unfolded and the decisions that were made by the adults, not the alleged killer in this case, but all of the adults that are surrounding this child who are supposed to protect him. I mean, it's just a tragedy all around.
Wilson would tell authorities she sat on top of Dakota for about 5 minutes. Dr. John Delatorre, a forensic psychologist, explains Wilson's quest for authority would have tragic consequences.
I don't know that she thought it was a good idea. I think what she was thinking was probably something along the lines of, I need to throw my weight around. I need to get authority back. Right, that the literal throw my weight around. The reality is that it didn't matter how much she weighed. The fact that she put herself on top of this child.
Wix gives you the power of AI to build the website.
Bro, you 340 pounds. The little boy is only 95 pounds. Can you compare this? Can somebody compare this in the comment section? 340 minus 95.
Yes, please. Somebody do the math. Somebody please do the math.
Like 200 some pound, like over him. It's a child, a kid.
Because this is very disturbing. And who the fuck would put someone like her in charge of a child? She has no fucking control, no self-control. Fuck what?
Not at all. That
Poor little baby. Rest his little soul. I'm just fucking appalled. What they gonna do with her ass?
Insane. Let's check it out.
Behaviors that a child in the foster care system would have been experiencing. But the problem is that all these children in foster care systems are experiencing extreme behaviors because of all the things that they've already been subjected to, even to that point.
Dakota was airlifted from a hospital in Porter County, Indiana, to South Bend, Indiana, where he was ultimately taken off life support. The doctor's findings would piece together more clues into the young boy's final moments. They found swelling on his brain, which was consistent with oxygen deprivation for an extended period of time. And young Dakota was pronounced dead. The St. Joseph County
That's a
Coroner's
long
Office
time.
would rule the 10-year-old's death as a homicide, and his cause of death would be mechanical asphyxia, an asphyxiation where a physical force or object stops a person from breathing.
I can't
Wow,
even put
see,
words into it. I don't know what this child would have been experiencing. I know it would have been
so
terrible.
shut the
I
fuck
mean,
up then.
terrible isn't even the right word to describe what this child would have been going through. Never in his life did he ever think that he was safe, and everything was taken out of him. Literally, his breath was taken from him, and just how awful that is when you experience it as an adult, when you lose your wind, right? When
She
when you get
could
the wind
have
knocked out of you,
gotten up
just
off of him.
just
He
the
sounds stupid. I don't
prolonged.
even want to hear him talk no more.
Yeah, go ahead, chicken.
She could have gotten up off of him at any moment. This guy is just making it sound so much like it was okay for what she did, like
No, you
making
know,
like
certain people, doing commentary, they feel like they can
all
say
these
anything.
all these little puns. Like that's crazy. Like my thing is, she could have gotten off of him at any moment. That's all I really gotta say for real.
Exactly,
And
you nailed it.
play the video, man.
Insane. Mm-mm.
torture that it would have been for him to go through, not only through his life, but during those last moments.
But nearby home surveillance video would reveal more into Dakota's tragic death.
Really quick, I want to thank Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring today's Law and Crime YouTube takeover. If you've ever seen our videos, you know our content proves the world isn't always safe. So if you're ever hurt, it can be confusing and scary, especially if you don't know where to turn. Well, Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, can help. You can also start a
Camera video showed Wilson lying across Dakota's neck and head
Oh my
area as he
gosh.
screamed. Then another video reportedly
She's
showed
psycho.
Dakota still screaming while Wilson, who weighed nearly 350 pounds, was on top of him with her right arm and elbow planted on the ground. A third video then shows Wilson still on top of Dakota near his bottom, while the 10-year-old whose arms were above his head showed he was no longer moving.
Wow.
A fourth video reportedly showed Dakota and Wilson still in the same position while Dakota was still not moving. Then a fifth video showed Wilson on her knee facing Dakota while he was
Oh my
face
God.
down on the ground. Upon realizing the young child wasn't moving, Wilson reportedly shouted his name several times and asked her other children to call 911.
Well, I think part of it was probably she had tunnel vision.
Oh man, chicken, what's your
She
thought on
did.
that again before we move at this?
I think
Something.
that I think that we have to be a little more careful on who we put out in protection of our children, and we need to just be a little bit more what's that word called, proactive about things, because someone could have saw this, if someone could have called someone and done something about it if he had already been in trouble, because they're saying that he had already been experiencing problems with that lady or whatever in that situation. So yeah, I think it could have been, like he could have had someone in his corner, maybe the social worker or whoever put him at that home, like maybe could have helped out, because you don't have to. There's a lot of resources you can take, and the fact that she actually wanted to be a foster
Or her
parent, I
weights
guess.
on that. Yeah,
Yeah, she wanted to be this foster parent, but you don't have control over yourself. You don't have
exactly.
control to lay down the rules or to get someone to obey you. Then you shouldn't be a parent, let alone a foster parent. Like, I don't get it. But my thoughts are, I hope she rots in fucking jail.
Hey, chicken, you nailed it. I don't even have to say anything because mine was gonna be a little bit harsh, but you
Yeah.
nailed it. You make it smooth for
Man,
everybody, chicken.
I wish they take away every fucking meal from her when she gets to prison that she don't eat. They need to they need to put a hold on all the meals that, like, nah, she can't eat for a whole 2 years
For
that
a
she's in
whole
hospital.
two how many years? No, she's gonna do 6 years in jail.
Okay,
A whole
all
6
6 years
years,
then.
just one meal.
Just one meal a day. Seriously. Fuck that. She don't need to eat at all. She lost
Oh
her
man,
privileges. 6 years for that?
that isn't. Yeah, that's 6 years. She only got 6 years.
Bro, that's sad.
That is insane.
That's literally she did it on purpose. That's premeditated. Like, you had every fucking option to get off, but
Option. Yes.
yeah, that's fucked up, man. But you see this a lot of times with people that take in foster kids. You see something happens in the place, and then they don't know what resources to take to get the help they need, and then boom,
Mhm.
someone dies, someone gets killed, and then we hear talking about it on Cammy Low Key TV.
Yes, sir. We lit every Tuesday, Wednesday, 8 p.m.
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. But anyways, we have the next story. We have a McDonald's manager who was
Oh
a
Lord,
registered
I ain't gonna
sex
lie, yo.
offender.
I'm gonna give y'all a little secret. I used to be a manager for McDonald's, but let's get into it.
Yeah. All right. All right. All right.
Let's see
There you
what
go,
happened.
chicken.
But
But
this is
this guy was a registered sex offender,
oh boo.
and he accused of uh getting with a 15-year-old.
Oh
So with that being said, let's check it out. Matter of fact, the 15-year-old he got with, she got
don't tell
pregnant.
me. Oh Lord, I already knew that was coming next.
Yeah, let's check out the story so we can get full context.
Now, a Channel 2 Action News exclusive, a manager at McDonald's accused of getting a teen worker pregnant. He is a registered sex offender. Investigators say that Jamira Sampson worked for McDonald's in Loganville. Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Swinney spoke with the victim's mother, who is suing now McDonald's.
And lawyer Mel Hewitt says he filed this lawsuit, yes, for money for a 16-year-old who needs it now that she has a baby by a former McDonald's manager and convicted sex offender who allegedly fathered the child when the young woman was underage, but also in hopes it can prevent this happening to someone else. We begin with her mom.
My heart broke so many places, so many ways.
The mom, who says she wants us to hide her face to protect her daughter, says that daughter was excited to suit up in the uniform of a McDonald's employee at just 15 years old, but now she's bringing suit in her daughter's behalf after the mom alleges a convicted sex offender working in management at the McDonald's
I was infuriated.
impregnated her child.
I thought he was vetted, but come to find
That's the
out he
one
was
time?
a registered sex offender.
The suit is against McDonald's Corporation, McDonald's USA LLC, and two firms that suggest are affiliated with the McDonald's franchise located at 4638 Atlanta Highway, Loganville.
McDonald's ain't
It alleges
shit.
McDonald's employees across the country, many of them teenagers, are
They
telling
hired-
stories of routine and severe sexual harassment
Oh my
and abuse.
God.
There's a number of these cases around.
McDonald's hired sex offender.
They hire sex offenders. Oh my gosh, that's
But-
so
but here's-
sad.
But here's my thing, right? How the hell you got him a place of management? Like, you manage other people when you have that type of crazy
What did you say this
behavior.
was? Loganville.
That happened to him twice. He's a sex offender, and
And he got
did it
registered in
Florida.
one town in Florida, and then he moved to Loganville or whatever that town.
Yeah,
Oh man,
But
he
this
trying
guy
to
is
stay under
sick.
the radar. Yeah, he's sick as fuck. Like he
Yep.
just moving around. He moving around to spread his little shit around and get people pregnant, like innocent young people. Wow,
yeah.
that's so fucking
the country.
fucking
And
sick.
suggests in February 2021, the young woman at the focus of this case was 15 years old when she applied for employment at what she understood was Loganville McDonald's, and in about August 2021 started her employment. The suit suggests she was subordinate to who she understood was a manager, trainee, or supervisor of the Loganville McDonald's, Jamira C. Sampson. We found Jamira Sampson on both Georgia and Florida sex offender sites. The Florida entry lists lewd or lascivious molestation, victim 12, 15 years old, and what looks like lewd, lascivious battery, sex with victim 12 to 15 years old. Plaintiff's attorney Mel Hewitt says Sampson was convicted years before he was hired by the Loganville McDonald's, and he was on the sex offender registry when hired. You're not against convicted felons getting work.
No. No, I'm really not.
The suit suggests that Sampson allegedly began
Do you
sexually
mind if I close
assaulting the
this for a
young
second?
woman at the workplace, in the parking area, and in other locations off the Loganville McDonald's property.
He began grooming her, ended
Yep.
up getting what certainly everyone's going to claim is consensual sex, but she's 15 years old.
She's not legally able to consent.
She cannot, not in the state of Georgia.
I have a beautiful
Right.
grandson.
We got a statement attributable to Tiffany Boyd, Senior Vice President and Chief People Officer, McDonald's USA. Quote, there is simply no place under the golden arches for the type of conduct alleged in this complaint, and it is deeply troubling to us all. As a leader within this company, I know how important it is that every restaurant fosters a culture of safety and care. As a mother whose child has proudly worked at our local McDonald's, I feel this on a very very personal level. Like our franchisees, we understand that it is essential for every employee to feel safe, respected, and included. Last year, McDonald's implemented its global brand standards, where all restaurants worldwide are assessed and held accountable to a set of standards addressing topics like harassment prevention and workplace safety. The introduction of these standards was a critical step in protecting every person working at a McDonald's restaurant. A statement attributable to Bruce Vineyard, McDonald's owner-operator, says the allegations made in this lawsuit are disturbing and this employee no longer works at our restaurant. My organization has always tried to be a place where everyone feels safe and respected when they come to work. We hold safe and respectful workplace training, and we always have an open door for employees to raise concerns, providing a...
We got Because I in the building. What's going on, Cause I?
Yo. So fill me in. What's happening?
Welcome.
Yeah, this story, we have a sex registered offender
in 2 states.
In 2 states.
Mm-hmm.
And did what?
He was a manager for McDonald's. How the hell that is possible? To the point where he. Go ahead, Chicken.
No, I'm just gonna go in and say it. He impregnated one of the workers while working there.
While working with
what?
Yeah.
Okay, was it an adult?
No.
15.
Huh?
She was 15.
Oh, and how old was he?
He's a grown man.
He's a registered sex offender. That's
so that says it all. Like, that's crazy. But this just goes to show, like, these people really don't be doing no background checks. They doing background checks for the wrong things. Like, a bitch can't get a job at McDonald's because they had a weed charge.
Right.
But you can run to McDonald's and you got a whole sex registry offense.
Sex offender.
Yeah,
Not
their background check
states.
is like for honesty. They can't have crimes of dishonesty mostly. Like, and they're not looking for sex offenders.
They want them there giving out Happy Meals.
That is insane, man. That is.
This isn't the first time they've gotten a lawsuit for hiring or something happened like this at all. I can see this happening prior to. But it's just sad that they not doing
How the
the
hell
right
they
thing.
didn't catch that?
I ain't looking for it.
Because that little town called whatever that little town he went to get that job as a manager, he knew exactly what he was doing. Like, seriously.
Yeah, and then maybe they might have had a bunch of people working there that's sex offenders.
You already know how it works.
And it's kind of normal to them.
Right.
That is.
So I can get you a job as a manager. Oh, you got to work overnight, or you got to come in and close, or something like that. They give them the shitty job. They give them the shitty position, but they actually they do the job and stay under the radar or whatever the case may be. And like they said, that he was grooming her. She was only 15, yo.
15, bro.
She had only been working there for probably about 3, 4, 5 months. I don't know. But she wasn't
probably
there
her
for
first
years.
job.
Yeah, first job, of course.
Yeah, that was her first job.
Like, that's wild.
And
so where is he at now? Is he in custody?
Yeah, let's check out the rest of the story. So
he's in custody. He no longer works for McDonald's as well. Okay.
Yeah. I don't mean nothing.
I know, right? He gonna go to Burger King.
You feel me?
Safe, respectful, and inclusive workplace is critically important to us. By phone, I reached a person who indicated it was Jamira Sampson. He suggested he can't say yes or no whether McDonald's knew about his background, but an individual who got him hired at the McDonald's did know. He said allegations he messed with a young woman at the job where there were cameras are a lie. He indicated he did work as an assistant manager at McDonald's in Loganville, but he ended up leaving that McDonald's because allegations were going around about him and 2 young women, and considering his background, he did not want to risk getting in trouble. He suggested a young girl who worked at the Loganville McDonald's lied to him about her age, telling him she was 17, but he did not have a relationship with her or anyone underage. He says though there are 2 charges listed in the lawsuit, both came from one case. He's been hardworking and has stayed law-abiding since his release.
Right, everywhere you go, bro, it's just normal, routine.
It's normal.
Like, you're that guy.
Yeah, that not guy.
That's crazy.
Some people is just sick like that. You know what's
Why can't
crazy?
he get someone his age? Or is it sometimes? And I'm not even gonna say like it's weird, but it's like some people are just attracted to younger people.
Yes, true. That is true.
I don't want nothing young, bitch. I don't want nothing young.
But it's just still, why the fuck are you doing it, bro? You need help. That's what I'm really saying.
Twice. I do not let things happen to me twice.
What you say, bro?
I say I don't let anything happen to me twice. Just one
Yeah,
time. That's it.
definitely.
Yeah, as soon as something like happened, bro, I had a fetish for big booty, right? I had, you know what I'm saying? When a woman
Like,
got
what do you
big
mean by a big booty fetish? Because okay, a fetish, that's very all right. So what kind of big booty?
That's a strong
Huge?
word, but
Yes, exactly.
but what I mean is, they used to get me. I used to be like, God damn. But
Every
now
time.
I had some crazy shit happen to me to the point where I don't even care no more. I can look at it and don't care. Cause you know, somebody did something that was so bad to me. To the point where my life could have been fucked up. Since then, I'm like, I don't even like this shit no more. You feel? I learned just once. You get me one time, that's it.
One big booty, that's all it took.
Yep.
I get you.
Once, you won't get me twice.
Nah.
I don't even like this shit no more.
Thank you for that story. Thank you for sharing.
No problem. But anyways, we got the next story. We have a young woman, a young mom. She was killed because, let me put up the story. Because a guy, a new boyfriend she had didn't want to have a baby with her. So with that being said, let's check out the story.
I always be like that. What the fuck?
A young single mom with a bright future ahead.
She was trying to make a life for her son. She was attending college to be a dental assistant.
Samira met Zachary, a military member she fell head over heels for.
But when she turns up missing, it triggers a real-life NCIS investigation.
Y'all feel like I had the mold to do something to her, but I didn't do nothing to that girl. I don't even know where she at.
Did you ever hear William say anything during this time about being upset with Samira or wanting to do her any kind of harm?
I didn't want all that, but...
Hey there, everybody, I'm Jesse Weber, and welcome to Prime Crime, where we break down the most compelling and memorable true crime cases from across the country. When 25-year-old Samira Watkins vanishes near a Florida naval base, police have some suspects.
Florida naval
but
base.
tying one of them to the crime is tougher than anyone expected.
911, where is your emergency?
It's like a non-emergency. We want to report a missing person.
Who is she?
It's my sister.
And what is her name?
Oh, hey, Vanna, what's going on?
Where was the last place
What's
you
up,
Black.
girl?
Oh man, we got a bunch of people on Instagram. I didn't realize it. What's up with y'all?
One of our officers responded to a
Pensacola.
call of a missing person.
Okay.
That officer
JB, what's going on, man?
that the circumstances of the incident
in
seemed
Pensacola.
quite a bit fishy and contacted me with the need for an investigation to start immediately.
Saturday, October 31st, 2009, Pensacola, Florida. Police Detective Jonathan Thacker interviews 911 caller Sylvia Watkins.
Shout out to everybody
whose
on
older sister
Facebook.
Samira has gone missing.
Tell me from the very beginning, everything that has happened that has made you concerned about your sister's well-being.
Thursday night, she when she got off of work, she came home and she was getting dressed to go to his house.
On the night of October 29th, Samira had completed her shift at a local McDonald's restaurant where she was the manager. After that, she came home, changed her clothes, and indicated that she was heading out to meet her boyfriend, Zachary Littleton. Littleton was a 24-year-old member of the United States Navy. He was stationed at the Pensacola Naval Air Station.
She was very excited about this guy she met who was in the military. She was looking forward to a future with him.
She asked me to drop her off, but I was too tired. I was already in bed asleep. And after that, I guess that's when she left.
So it's around 9 o'clock in the evening. All right, so she drove herself over, and we don't really know where she went, but we know that she was saying she was going to go to his house. Is that last time that you've heard her?
Heard from, yeah.
Samira Watkins was a 25-year-old single mom. She was the oldest of 5 children in her family. She had a child of her own, a little boy of 4 years old. She was a manager at a local fast food restaurant, and she was going to college to be a dental assistant.
She she ever said anything to you that would make you think that she would just need to get away? Just out of her character?
No.
She had never made any comments like, I just gotta get away from things, or...
No.
Okay.
When she didn't arrive home, her family and friends were very concerned.
When did you start calling her?
I started calling her that morning. That next morning. I had
Friday morning?
All throughout the day I've been calling her like...
And initially he would ring and then go to voicemail.
Yeah.
And I understand that now it doesn't even ring, it just goes to voicemail.
Mm-hmm.
I am running to be president of the United States, and I
Ooh,
need
get
you
out
with
of
me
here.
in this fight.
Get out of
So
here.
I'm asking you to
Get out of here.
Trump for
She stopped
president.
responding to the family when they couldn't reach her the next day. Her sister went to look for her at Zachary's home. And that's when she got a real surprise.
About 12 we went out there, me and my cousin went out there. And that's when we knocked on his door, we didn't get no answer, so we knocked on the neighbor's door. And that's when she told us that he was loading a couch on a truck and said that he was moving because he needed a bigger place for his wife and kids.
It was shocking because Zachary Littleton was leading a double life. He was married, he had a child. They told Samira his name was Ricky. He was not who he said he was.
What we learned is that his wife was also in the Navy and was scheduled to actually move to Pensacola from South Carolina, where she was stationed, in the next week.
Okay,
But there's
so he got rid
another
of her
twist
before his
to
family
Samira's
came
story.
Yep.
She found out she was pregnant probably like a month ago.
Oh yeah, he
And,
had to get rid of her.
She told him, and he was saying that he didn't want any more kids. He's married. He's not supposed to go outside his relationship.
And what is his reaction?
He wanted her to get an abortion.
Tell me about things that she told you about him.
Okay. First, everything was cool or whatever. She liked him or whatnot. Then, when she found out she was pregnant, he was saying, like, get an abortion or punch in your stomach, and I ain't got nothing to do with you. It was kind of scary to me.
Fearing the worst, Pensacola police contact Florida State Prosecutor Bridget Myers Jensen.
I became involved early on in the case because there was such an unusual and suspicious circumstance. Zachary Littleton was initially a suspect, and probably the strongest suspect, because he found out that Samira was pregnant and he was not happy about the pregnancy. He was also the last person that we knew Samira had been with the night that she went missing.
So Detective Thacker gives Littleton a call.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, this is Ricky.
It's Zachary Littleton.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What's going on?
He very quickly indicated that he wasn't Ricky, he was Zach. And that was odd. There'd be a different name given by the family as to what this actual person's telling me.
Hey, you know this young lady, Samira?
Samira. Yeah, she said Sammy. That's what she told me to call her Sammy.
He, in fact, didn't even recognize her name at first when he was asked. They said, do you know a Samira? And his response is, Samira, Sammy. She called herself Sammy, as if this was a person he had just met.
Do you know where she is now?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right. Look, here's the deal.
One second. I had to break down. Let me play the breakdown. That one is a little too long. I had to break down. Just realized. Let me play it right there. Give me 1 second, and there we go.
At this point, we're investigating her whereabouts. So I need to talk to you, and not over the phone.
I had chopped it up. I just found
obviously
it.
important to see what he knew. He was essentially could have been the last person to see Samira alive. So I asked him to come down for an interview.
Okay, all right. You'll have to see here. You work for the Navy, right? Right. NAS Police Department. Okay, so you're like are you like a military police? Okay.
Hearing that Zachary Littleton was a military police officer, part of me thought, well, certainly a police officer in the military wouldn't hurt somebody or cause them to go missing. I want to hear his explanation for why she's missing and what all he knew.
So you've known her for how long then? Family. Mm-hmm. Trying to think. It's a few months, not a whole year. When is the last time that you saw Sammy? Last time I seen her was Wednesday when I dropped off at home. Have you seen her at any time since when you dropped her off? No, I haven't.
He indicated that he had never seen Samira on the night of her disappearance on the 29th. And that was odd because she was supposedly going to his house.
Did you have any kind of a relationship with Sammy that was more than just friends? No.
So he was clearly not faithful to his wife, but he had to keep that a secret because under military rules, you can get disciplined if you commit adultery.
We began to research Samira's past, and what we learned is that Samira had a boyfriend who had just gotten out of prison, actually, a guy by the name of William Peters.
William Peters was the father of Samira's 4-year-old child. They had had a very tumultuous relationship, both physically and mentally. Mr. Peters was abusive to Samira. At the time that Samira went missing, she did have a restraining order against her child's father, William Peters.
So he was someone who was dealing with obviously anger management issues, who had some feelings for Samira that were so intense that he committed crimes. And so now Samira goes missing. That's a big break for law enforcement.
Could the father of Samira's 4-year-old son have had something to do with her disappearance?
They do. Right after getting out of jail, he began to work cleaning in the middle of the night. So him and his crew would go to companies, businesses, and do cleaning for them.
So by 11 p.m. on the 29th, he was getting home.
Yes.
Okay. Once he got home, what did he do?
Okay, he came home, spoke to me, asked me did I plug up the fryer so he can cook him something to eat. He went straight in the back and started cooking him something to eat. And after that, he started watching TV.
On this evening of the 29th, and also we're talking about the 30th in the morning, did William ever leave the home?
No, he did not.
On the night of the October 29th, I was able to verify that William Peters was actually on a crew that night cleaning, and I had his alibi pretty well secured at that point.
And therefore, he was ruled out as a suspect.
And there was something else that convinced investigators that William Peters wasn't their man.
When William Peters was notified that Samira was missing, he was very upset and obviously concerned for her safety as well as her whereabouts.
He was upset for his child, the child they had in common, knowing that, you know, if she's not found, then, you know, his son could be without a mother. You know, so he was showing genuine concern for Samira's well-being, in stark contrast to Zachary Littleton, who really didn't show much concern at all.
Detective Thacker turns his attention back to Zachary Littleton, the man who was secretly having an affair with Samira and caused her to be pregnant.
Plus, he's married with a child, and so you can see why a child with his mistress could complicate things at home and at work.
Detective Thacker has hit a dead end with Zachary Littleton. But the very next day, 4 days after Samira disappeared, there's a major turn of events.
Sheriff's 911, where's your emergency?
It's a Navy Point.
Okay, what's the Navy Point?
We think we found a dead body. It's in a bag, a big old like bag you carry on a plane. It looks like it has blood over it. Has a big old rock on it. It's off the beach. It's real heavy.
On Tuesday, November 3rd, I was notified that a duffel bag had been located, washed ashore in a local body of water right across from the Pensacola Naval Air Station. The people that found it, which were jet skiers, were concerned enough to call law enforcement.
When they discovered the black duffel bag, there was a very foul odor coming from it, and it obviously appeared to be suspicious.
So inside of this bag, in the fetal position, was the body of a black female. It would end up being Samira Watkins. She had duct tape wrapped from her chin up to just below her eyeballs, all the way around her head. She was clothed only in a bra. She was otherwise nude. Inside of the bag, there was a Clorox wipe that was kind of balled up and in the bottom of the bag, and there was
Disgusting.
also a paper towel.
A fingerprint analysis is performed on site and confirms the body is Samira's.
And this would be the break that law enforcement needed in this case. Upon finding the body in the duffel bag, this case transformed from a missing persons case to a homicide.
The medical examiner ruled that Samira had been asphyxiated and that that she was suffocated.
Almost 2 years after Samira Watkins' murder, Zachary Littleton's trial begins. The defense relies on the lack of direct physical evidence.
A challenge for prosecutors was that there wasn't clear blood or DNA evidence linking Littleton to the murder. And prosecutors had to still put the pieces of the puzzle together.
And Littleton chooses not to take the stand.
It only took the jury 3 hours to reach a verdict in this case. Once the evidence was presented and the timeline was proven and the alibi was discounted that he tried to provide, I think it was very clear to the jurors beyond a reasonable doubt that he was in fact the person that murdered Samira Watkins.
The jury finds Zachary Littleton guilty of first-degree premeditated murder.
Man, oh man.
He already knew that. He might as well just confess.
Oh man,
you gotta
this
be
guy-
careful. You gotta be careful.
You
He
gotta
was
be careful.
psycho
man.
for love. Like, he had
You
a
can't-
wife already, and he still
Huh?
went with it. He already had a wife, married and everything.
Double life. We was just talking about living double lives.
Yup.
Yes.
Was. Whew. I ain't killing nobody though.
The young lady, she lost her life for no reason, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. You can't trust people. People will sell you the world. I bet she thought this was the most sweetest man from the Navy and shit like that, not even knowing.
Right.
And you
Like,
got your whole family about to move down here, and I just threw a wrench in your plans by telling you I'm pregnant.
and I'm keeping it.
Hella, and I'm
but-
keeping my baby.
But here's my thing too, right? Here's my thing. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. Let's say I'm the guy, right? And I don't want to have a child with you.
Okay.
So what would y'all do in that situation? Like, I'm the guy, I really don't want to have a child with you. And
Okay, just don't have a child with him.
Hello. You
Let
ain't gotta
them have
see this
their
baby
child.
mama's baby daddy's maybe. Sign over
Right.
your rights, so don't ever come looking. If I really want to keep this child and you don't, I'm going to keep this baby. You don't have to be anything unless am I having this baby to try to keep you? Because you know they'll do that too. Have a whole you don't even know your complete
I don't know.
existence
She
is
might have
because
been
your
breaking
mama
up
was
with
trying
him.
to keep her man.
Right. She might have been trying to leave him or something with the whole WAP, man, saying that I want to leave you and I'm keeping the baby type shit. That's a big one. Woof.
So, okay, so let me ask this. When she told him she was pregnant, did he tell her he had a family?
I think it all came together. I don't know when, what was
I
said.
don't think he said that, but he told her he didn't want to have a baby with her. He told her that.
This kind of shit make you just not want to trust people because people will show up as angels and be the devil.
Exactly.
And now you done killed me because you got a family. Because you want to fuck around on your wife and kids.
And they coming into town, moving here. They getting, oh wow.
And now you got to move me out the way.
But that's the thing. That's another thing too, right? A lot of people, especially like a lot of women, they don't take these kind of stuff serious until stuff like that happen.
Yeah, till it's at your doorstep. And here's the thing too, like the sister said, like jokes don't be jokes. When that man said he was gonna punch that lady in the stomach, he about meant that.
Yes.
And you can only hit the ceiling so many times before it breaks. So you got, if you see red flags, this is not Disneyland. You got to go the other way.
Right,
man. Cause you just man,
you
you
gotta
nailed
follow
it.
the signs. Yep, sure did. Cause
You nailed it.
your big one.
That is insane, man. But anyways, we're gonna leave it like that. We were supposed to have Ron Smith. I sent him the
Ronald
link,
Smith.
but it did not pop up with us.
Well, shout out to Ron Smith, bro. We hope
Yeah,
you
shout out. We're gonna get you on here one day, cuz. We're gonna get you on here one day. Did you send him the link?
Yes, I did. And he saw it, but it didn't. I don't know. Maybe he couldn't. I don't know. I really don't.
Okay, well, we'll catch him.
But tomorrow we're gonna have I4 Chartman with us.
And that's the guy with the list.
Yes.
Okay, I like him. And then I
we
also
went.
really enjoyed the event that he invited
Yeah,
us to.
he did had an event. We went and it was lit. I learned a lot from it. Shout out to him.
Oh yeah, all right, boy.
Big shout out to him. Oh, Smith watching. Yes, I don't know, man. I sent you the link. I don't know what happened. Oh, okay. He said, okay, wait. He said, sorry. Okay, all right, no problem. We'll get you soon.
Yes, whenever you ready, Carl. It's all good.
Yes, sir.
And we appreciate you for watching. But anyways, like I said, tomorrow, tune in with us, man. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Tune in with us, Big Chicken, cuz I appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Cammy, we
yes,
out.
Sir. Yeah, we'll get you soon.
Can't wait to speak.